Welcome to the new Porta-Jib Explorer system by Losmandy. Every cameraman knows he wants that camera to move, and the question is always, do I buy a dolly, do I buy a trolley, do I buy a jib arm? Well, with the new Explorer system, we're going to give you all three in one unique package. The system is based on a new 3-foot custom aluminum extrusion designed by Scott Losmandy, and these sections are joined together by his new quick-releasing clamps with spring-loaded safety pins. These clamps and rails are almost like a cameraman's erector set that allows you to add and control accessories and to configure the unit in different ways. It can be a single weight arm jib, a double parallelogram jib, or as you're about to see, transform the jib into an elevated trolley and the tripod into a 3-leg spider dolly. In its most basic configuration, it weighs only 18 pounds, and it's similar to most jib arms in that it has 2 arms on the front creating a parallelogram to keep the camera platform level, and then has 1 on the back for the counterweights. This will mount to any 100mm tripod and can support up to 25 pounds of fluid head and camera. It has a pan drag adjustment and a boom drag adjustment. But unlike any other Porta-Jib system, we can now add a 4th arm to the back to create a parallelogram here as well. This gives us a level platform for a weight bucket so that rocks or dirt could be used as counterweight in the field rather than carrying steel counterweights. And now here's where it gets really interesting. By removing 2 bolts, we can flip the entire unit over on its side, and the arms of the jib arm now become the rails for our trolley system. We spread out the legs of the tripod and add a couple of monopods for the end supports. And we now have a 6-foot trolley system available to make lateral moves when we don't have dolly track available. And our tripod has a gas lifter in it to help a single person move the entire rig up and down and back and forth to create the desired height and level. And we can remove it from the tripod and place it directly on the ground or on a tabletop. And what had been the feet of the tripod spreader are now leveling feet for this ground level system. The tripod also uses the clamp and extrusion concept so that the spreader always remains outboarded and the tripod can clamp anywhere along the length of the spreader. This allows us to position the tripod legs completely vertical, which then gives the jib arm a larger range of motion. A normal tripod with its legs spread out would conflict with the steep angles that the Explorer jib is capable of using. And there's more to this tripod besides just the gas lifter and the vertical positioning capability. The spreader's feet can be exchanged for dolly wheels. Just loosen the clamp and pull the pin and exchange it for a dolly wheel, and we now have instantly made our spreader into a 3-leg spider dolly. And although this looks like a traditional track wheel set, it is actually a track wheel and floor wheel combination. The orange wheels are softer and spaced differently so that only they touch the floor. The black ones do not. If all 4 wheels of the cluster were touching, you wouldn't be able to roll like this. And depending on the floor, you can do a dolly move. But of course, the main purpose of this is to have an easy way to move the jib arm around from place to place. You can also add a small push bar to the assembly. The wheels are primarily dolly track wheels and can be used on steel track, PVC pipe, or our award-winning FlexTrak. For the FlexTrak, we need the 1 arm to be able to float in and out to compensate for any deviation in spacing between the 2 rails of the track. And we'd like the Explorer dolly to work with any tripod, so we use Cartoni straps for Sockler and Cartoni double spike legs, and the Manfrotto straps for Manfrotto and Vinton double spike legs, and this Manfrotto casting for legs that don't use the strapping system but have a singular leg at the bottom that can be placed into the casting. And the dolly can be purchased separately. The difference between this one and our other 3-leg spider dolly is that it is lighter, a little less expensive, but it will not be able to upgrade to a 4-leg rideable dolly the way our traditional 3-leg spider does. So if you're in the market for a lightweight jib arm, or a jib arm that you can put a counterweight bucket on instead of steel weights, or a trolley system, or a unique tripod with a gas lifter to help you level the trolley system, or be able to shoot at ground level, or the ability to convert the spreader of the tripod into a 3-leg spider dolly, well, then the Porta-Jib Explorer system by Losmandy might be just what you're looking for. Explorer system made by Porta-Jib, a division of Hollywood General Machining, Los Angeles, California, USA. Some assembly required. Please don't put it together upside down and backwards.